What's up, guys? What's going on? Welcome to my very first top 5 of the year, in fact. This time we're going to be talking about games that I have personally played in February. So it's not like, you know, every game that came out in February, you know, it's only the games that I had time to play in February. And also, I'm only listing games that have been released in February that I've played in February. So anything that came out in like January that I played this month, I'm not counting in because, you know, obviously. So yeah, so essentially what I'm going to do is every month I'm going to take a look at the games that we've played previously in the month, and I'm going to give a top 5. I'm also going to list a honorable mention, and I'm going to list the worst game of the month. So, you know, it's bound to happen, and one of the games is not going to make the list, and some of them are pretty bad, and deserve to be, you know, and deserve to be called out, deservedly so, because they're just not good. I'm gonna do that every month, and then so when we get to the end of the year, we'll have like you guys and I'll have a better idea of all the games that I thought were amazing throughout the year, and then I'll be able to more aptly make a top like 10 of games that I played in 2019 that are, you know, the best games, and maybe top 10 of the worst games, and so on and so forth. So yeah, let's go. Let's get to it, guys. Let's get to it. So first game, number 5 of February 2019 is Reverie. I had a lot of fun playing Reverie. You guys can see my looking back video in the link below, and you guys can also see my full playthrough, my playthrough of that game on YouTube. And fantastic game, really cool. You know, very small studio that made this game called Rainbite. They are a New Zealand studio, and honestly, like you know, they didn't make a whole lot of game. I think this is like their second game or something, and it's so freaking good. Like I can see these guys making way better titles even than this one, and this one was really amazing. If you guys are into dungeon crawlers, Zelda-like titles, this one is for you. I played it on the Switch, and it was fantastic. Number 4 is Wargroove. Wargroove, guys, really cool title. I freaking loved it. You know, it's everything you wish in a everything you wish to play in a tactical game. Now, having played other titles this month, including the Fire Emblem titles, I can see the similarities, and also I can safely tell that the reason why it's not ranking higher, it's because I prefer a Fire Emblem style story. I prefer the story in Fire Emblem because it's a little bit more grounded, a little bit more serious. This one is a little bit more childish and stuff. And I mean, it's pretty cool, but it has like, I don't know, it needed like this extra thing that made it like even better. Now, the game itself is fantastic. You have super long length, tons of stuff to do, tons of stuff to play. You can play multiplayer, you can play in single player. Multiplayer is asynchronous, real time, from a distance, from your own. There's so many things you can do. Campaign editor, like for the price, it is a marvelous package. It's just that personally to me, story is being so important. The story felt a little bit childish, a little bit weak. Other than that, game is really fun to play. Really fun to play. It deserves the number 4 on the list, obviously. Now on to number 3, and number 3 is Evoland Legendary Edition. Evoland is a title that's been released a while ago. Actually, it's been released on like different platforms. I think it was originally released on phones, to be honest. And it's incredibly it's an incredibly good title. I don't know, like it's just the first game alone, like just when you get a title, you get 2 games. You get Evoland 1 and Evoland 2. When you get just Evoland 1, just the first one, is such a cool walk back memory lane through all the different styles of gameplay that we found in different games and RPGs all throughout the years, and that brought us to, you know, today. And it was a really cool game. The first one, I had so much fun with it, and the second one is turning out to be even better. As I'm playing it, I'm having even more fun. It's such a rich franchise, such a rich titles. I cannot wait to see if they're gonna ever make an Evil Land 3 and maybe incorporate, you know, different style, maybe like tactical RPG stuff, maybe you know, different things in there that might make it even better. And for the price of one title, you get 2 games that are vastly different, but also the same. It's really hard to explain. You have to play it. Again, everything that I played before is going to be under the stream. You know, like the playlists and also my thoughts videos on them. But that game really hit the mark for me this month, and yeah, definitely deserves the number 3 spot on the list. Number 2 is Final Fantasy IX. Final Fantasy IX, obviously, you know, a port of a super old title, but the port is so good. Gameplay feels great. I mean, the Switch is like the perfect platform to play this game. And I like the systems. I like this everything in the game so far. I freaking love. And it's worth noting that I never played the original back in the day. I'm not one of those that like Final Fantasy IX ranks in my top 5 best Final Fantasy ever, because I never played it before. So for me, everything is new in this game, and it's so good. And the port is great, and it just feels awesome to be walking around and playing in my house on my NL, and just like having on my Switch the opportunity to play a Final Fantasy game. And honestly, it's just it's fantastic. It's really fantastic. Like, it's the music is memorable, the characters are great. I love the skill system, by the way. I touched upon it in Tales of Vesperia, but it's the same kind of deal. Like, it's the same skill system that is tied to gear that you have to learn off of gear, and then you can throw the gear away, and then you can just equip a new piece of gear, and you can create different characters that way that are vastly different from another playthrough of another player because of all that stuff. Like, honestly, really cool. And number one, guys. Number 1 is Death End Request. Yes, Death End Request. Honestly, I wasn't expecting this at all. I didn't think I would have that much fun playing like this game. Honestly, the story is so fantastic. The characters are great. The gameplay, while it's a bit simplistic and few and far between, it's still really good. And yeah, I mean, I honestly didn't think that this was going to be a thing that I was going to end up like in my top 5, especially not number 1. But I keep thinking about that game, man. Every time I stop playing it and I put it down, it stays with me, and I want to learn more about the world. I want to learn more about the story, the characters, and they have a whole slew of DLC that's coming out as well. It's just insane. Like, honestly, I'm blown away by this whole thing. Like, it's crazy. And definitely worth a buy for me. Definitely is a title you should consider. Really cool game, and very dark story. If you guys enjoy darker stories, oh god, this game is dark. Like, it's really freaking cool. So keep an eye on that one, guys. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. Now to my honorable mention. Just didn't make the list, but it was super duper close, but it just didn't make the list, unfortunately. And that game is Yeek, a postmodern RPG. Now, there's a lot of negative press around this game, a lot of negative reviews, mostly because some people don't like the fighting system and all that stuff. Personally, I freaking loved it. This feels like a 3D version of like what you would get in a Deltarune or Undertale game. The same kind of music, the same kind of experience. I don't know, man. It's hard to explain. It's just so much fun. It's super creepy, super dark. There's like aliens, and the combat system is really samey, and that's why people don't like it. But also it's super involved, right? So you have to pay attention at all times, everything you do, being attacked and attacking enemies and stuff, and just, I don't know, man. This game really speaks to me. It just didn't make the list because we had so many more amazing titles, but honestly, super good title, definitely worth a buy. Don't listen to the reviews, or at least listen to mine. and yeah, get that title. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And now for the sadly the worst game of the month of February is Away. It is Away. It's Oh man, this game, I wanted to like this game. I wanted to like it so much. There were so many things that were looking cool about the game. Just watching the trailer makes you want to play the game. It looks pretty nice, right? But it's so freaking short. Like in a 3-hour playtime, and you're done. Like it's so incredibly short. The enemies are all the same. There's like maybe like 5 different types of enemies, and you just keep meeting all the same enemies over and over, depending on what world you are. It doesn't matter. It's the same thing. The story is lackluster. Like I've made a whole video about this game, and it's really unfortunate. I really wanted to like it, but I mean, for the price point for a 3-hour game, like it's ridiculous. Like it's almost like, either they ran out of money, or I don't know what, man. Like it's just, I don't know. I can't get behind this game. It felt so bad when I played it. When you play a game and the best thing you can remember about the game is the intro video and the intro music, there's a problem. All right, there's a huge problem. Like this is the best thing in the game is the intro video, and it's just because it looks like an anime and it sounds great, but the rest of the game is so bad in comparison, so samey, so repetitive, so boring. I couldn't even, like, even if I wanted to get back to that game, I can't. Like it's just not good enough. So yeah, avoid this game. Unfortunately, I hate not recommending titles, especially if it's like an indie title, but this one just like misses the mark like crazy. And yeah, so again, everything I mentioned, guys, today is under my stream, in the link, under my video in the link, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this. I'll do one of these every month, and off you go. Let's go into a month of March and figure out if we get a lot more cool games or a lot more bad games. Who knows? All right, guys. See you next time.